Actually, that'll probably come really soon, but
Yeah.
not now.
Not yet.
Hello there.
Hi,
Hello.
we're here.
Hi, all you full mooners out there. It's our name for the viewers.
All right.
I'm Thomas,
I'm James.
And I'm Sean.
and we are going to play some Resistance. Sean actually worked on Resistance,
I did.
which
You
is
can
awesome.
tell because I have gray in my beard that I worked on Resistance. And it is really cool to play. I have not played Resistance in forever.
James did not work on Resistance.
No,
Okay.
not quite.
What were you doing in 2006, James?
2006, like middle school.
Nice. Cool.
Just entering middle school.
Cool.
Fun time.
Have you played before?
Nope.
Okay. Awesome.
I haven't played any of the Resistance games.
I think I was graduating high school.
No?
Jeez.
I think Resistance is a fairly conventional shooter, but I think a lot of the simplicity of it is what makes it so enjoyable. Multiple weapons, big arsenal, high enemy counts.
Yeah.
Very, very easy to shoot on the move, to be constantly in motion. I think that is like one of the key things that I love about this game.
It's a lot more challenging than I expected, jumping into it.
Yeah.
In a good way. In like a real kind of, like I got to get better, I got to figure things out.
Right.
Kind of way.
Well, it was the
Sounds
first. It was the first game like this that we done. I mean, we done Disruptor. I say we, but I think I was in middle school when that was made. So we done a first-person shooter technically, but nothing like this. Nothing like a real AAA first-person shooter. I mean, when Disruptor was made, we didn't even really have a good, solid definition of that. So this was our first attempt at doing something like this, and some of the things that you see with difficulty are just part of the process of learning how to do that. I remember playing this when we used to have to do like long form playthroughs to find bugs and stuff like that, which we ended up doing toward the end of the project. We would actually try to do it without getting hit or dying or things like that, which was actually really fun because it is so darn hard sometimes.
Yeah, I can't even imagine trying to get through without getting hit.
It
That
was
seems-
it was something to pass the time while we were waiting for it to get certified.
Yeah. So how's everybody out there doing? Everybody's saying I'm going to get fired.
Who? Thomas?
Yeah, Remaster Resistance.
Cool. There's
Good-
Chiefs
good
fan.
friend.
Nice. That's his favorite. Atomic Monkey's the best.
Who?
Atomic Monkey, 55. Chiefs fan.
Oh, yeah.
Nina. Hi. I believe that is Lena. Good to see you.
They like you.
Hello.
So if anybody has any Resistance specific questions,
Yeah.
now would be a good time to ask.
I got tons of stories about this game. I may start shaking and foaming at the mouth while we're playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, well, PlayStation 3 launch title was tough.
I can imagine that.
Yes.
Was wild.
It was a tough go, especially for a younger company at the time. But it was incredibly exciting at the same time to be one of the first people to get PlayStation 3 dev kits, the cell processor, and to actually get a game out there. It was incredibly
Yeah.
exciting.
It's big.
It was just a toughie.
Yeah. Well, it worked out well.
Mm-hmm.
How hard is it to resist in Resistance?
I think that is one of the unanswered questions of the franchise. We never got a chance to really dive into that question. So I'm going to go with TBD.
Have you played the Metro games? I have. I like them quite a bit.
Played part of one.
Last Light is just so good.
Huh.
Have you played any of them?
I haven't, no.
Real good.
Cool.
Real good.
Any difficulties making the Chimera? Yes, tons. If you can imagine, a lot of the team at that point had made Spyro, the dragon, Spyro 1, 2, 3, Ratchet and Clank 1, 2, 3, and then suddenly we need to create these terrifying aliens. And as silly as it might sound, we wanted to go with a more grounded and realistic design for these aliens. We wanted them to seem like they had a purpose, that they sort of fit into the world, versus some of the things you see from Ratchet, which really are just sort of anthropomorphized things.
Like bright green aliens.
Exactly, bright
like
green, furry aliens that talk like Danny DeVito. Like, it's a really, really big difference between doing those things. And so it was hard. And we went through so many iterations. One of the first enemy designs that we have, I think that they looked like salamanders. Gosh, I think that we've released pictures of those before, but it's amazing to see how we evolved as a company at the same time that we were evolving the Chimera over time. I think you really saw that, a company figuring out how to create something that was a little bit edgier, a little bit scarier, and that's how it wound up with these terrifying dudes.
Well, speaking of that, do we want to maybe jump into it?
Let's do it.
Just hit start. I'm gonna switch over.
The art director on that game would have been
Just campaign.
Chad Dezern and Dave Gurton. Dave Gurton being the guy who created Ratchet and Clank, and Chad Dezern, who's now our chief creative officer, but has art directed and creative directed a lot of our best games. That's a hail face, by the way. That's what we used to call that. Hail makes some weird faces, like, I don't know.
That was a good one.
He does. He's a man of few words, but lots of faces.
Lots of faces.
Lots of faces.
Stalker sightings in the area made immediate recovery impossible.
I really like these old maps. I thought we did
One of the Chimera's most
a lot of cool work
They move
with this
quickly and
sort of
fire
like
anti-aircraft
documentary or
missiles
war
with
documentary
deadly
style.
accuracy.
It looks nice.
The technology used in
It
the
does.
Stalker
It
remains
definitely
one of
has
the
that
most
documentary
intriguing and frustrating
vibe
mysteries
going on.
of the
Yeah, I mean, I think
Chimera.
it's what we wanted to capture, almost like, who is it,
Fighting
Ken
against
Burns
the
style
Nazis
documentary,
holding out until reinforcements arrived.
which is good. It's sort of like,
Chimera kept coming.
I think it's an interesting framing device because it sort of suggests that maybe people were successful in the end because Parker's able to tell the story, so it isn't completely dire, but then suddenly you get into the action, and it is. I created that load spinner, and I want to note that it's not perfectly centered, and there was nothing I could do to get it perfectly centered because the size of the art, I know.
Now I'm gonna have to like.
I noticed it. I see it.
It's
I can see what
horrifying,
you're
isn't it?
saying.
Do you think you can see it? It's all I can see right now. But I created that. I didn't do the art. I coded it up. Oh, so this is the traffic circle. This is, I think, one of the single best gameplay setups in anything we've ever done at Insomniac. And this is actually one that we come back to. Like, there are those certain setups of the opening level of Metropolis and Ratchet Future, and this traffic circle. It does a really nice job pushing you through this really big space and then offering these individual encounters. You go in there, you really have to fight your way in, then you have to defend it. We have studied this thing. And if anybody notices in other games, like, hey, that seems a lot like the traffic circle, there's a reason for that. It's because it works.
Ozzy Boz asked, "What's your favorite resistance to make / play?"
I would say my favorite one to make was Resistance 2. My favorite to play was 3. I didn't work on 3. The 3 I actually got to experience as a player. I mean, I read the first treatment that Marcus Smith, the creative director, had created, and I saw stuff as it was developing. But mostly, we were playing the multiplayer, testing the multiplayer, so I really got to enjoy Resistance 3, which I just think is a brilliant game. I think it's fantastic. I love the story. I love the way we told the story.
I believe that's Tim's favorite as well.
Yeah, Resistance 2 was fun to make. It was hard, but it was fun to make. I don't know, it's a tough one. This one was really fun to make too. I cannot underscore how exciting it was to get to make a launch title. I mean, it was a launch title for a completely new platform that was really different at the time, PlayStation 3.
Immediately following the massive success of PlayStation 2.
Exactly. Yeah, and we were trying to live up to a lot. I mean, there's an insane amount of hype over it. Also, we're making a game that's stylistically very different. It's a mature game, which was really different for us. And as a first-person shooter, it's a whole different genre. So there were so many new problems to solve at the exact same time that made it really exciting. Probably you might have to left click. right click the stick.
There we go.
So that's another thing. Some of the controls in this game feel really dated now because we're so used to iron sights. We're so used to just holding down L2 all the time. In fact, in this game, you actually shoot with R1 instead of R2.
Right. That's taking. I keep switching
It's
weapons.
crazy. I know. It really seemed like a good idea at the time. Well, I think Halo might have set the model for that.
There were a couple games I remember doing that at the time. I mean, even like I guess it's not a shooter thing, but doesn't Dark Souls do that? Like, R1 is the primary attack.
Right. It's jarring though. I mean, there are these sort of conventions that we gravitate toward with all the time. Certain expectations, like when somebody puts a jump button other than X or whatever it is on the Xbox, I don't know, does something real strange to my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a real hard time with that. The X button in particular, it's not mapped to like jump.
Stay in cover.
Oh wow, I remember getting Resistance when the PS3 launched. Great stuff.
Cool.
I think I was in high school then.
Yeah, use the grenades. I think it's L2.
I did that by accident.
There you go.
Resistance Fall of Man is the sole reason I got a PS3. PS3 was when I started properly getting into gaming. So thank you. I enjoyed it.
The game is all about going in and out of cover. Oh, you also have grenades in your alt fire. I do not remember what the R2.
I think alt fires are together.
Something crazy.
It's grenade launcher that kind.
To the question of like which one was the most fun to make, it's really interesting that a lot of times games that are fun to make are not the games that you enjoy playing the most, and then vice versa. Like there are some games that I play and I absolutely love, and I have no desire to play. I don't know. The Witcher 3, I think one of the best games I've ever played. I think it's brilliant. There is no point that I wake up and I go, gosh, really want to make some quests.
Yeah. I can't imagine testing a game like that.
No, it's got to be mind-boggling. I feel like I did test it. I mean, I put 200 hours into that game. There you go. Look at James Burns.
I think he's doing better immediately than I was doing after playing for a couple hours.
James is an old soul. Okay, be careful of those. That guy can shoot through walls.
Oh.
How did y'all go about designing these guns? I'm a big sci-fi thing guy. We were always pretty neat.
I think that... oh, look out. That shot's going to go through the wall. I think any great weapon design that we've done is taking some just really core and easy to understand concept and then wrapping it in something interesting. For example, the bullseye is all about shooting that target trap out and then having things drawn to it, sort of magnetized to it. The shotgun's pretty simple. This is like one of the most satisfying shotguns. When you get into enemies like the auger, which is the cannot remember the advanced hybrid. I cannot remember what its actual name is. That can shoot through walls. I think that what that came out of is just how we were making a game that was about cover. Like this game is fundamentally about getting behind cover, dipping out, taking a couple shots, going back. What it would be like if you could have an enemy that can shoot through cover. And I think it's really one of the most effective intros we've ever done. When you see just the lights, you see the walls lighting up. You don't know what's happening. Suddenly the walls start.
Yeah, that happened to me last stream, and it was exactly that moment. Like, what is going on? And I started taking the game, and it was like, oh, you're shooting
That's
walls at me.
The underlying thing is here's something that you can't go behind cover. So this fundamental mechanic that you learn through the game suddenly have to do something different. It invokes like a different playstyle. There's a weak spot behind it. I don't remember if there's a trick. Believe it or not, James, there's a weak spot behind it.
Can we turn the volume down to 10?
There you go.
Gotta turn around. Uh-oh.
Oh, you have the auger. Oh.
I saw that. I did not expect it to come so fast.
I thought you were going to catch it.
I thought I was going to have a chance to turn
You
around.
have to equip your mitt.
Let me know how everything sounds now. I adjusted the sound a little bit.
You shouldn't have to redo the whole thing, I think.
No, it's just this thing.
The stalker.
Bye, Nina. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you. Be safe. Hey, Anastasia. Good to see you. You made it.
Don't let it get you in your sight. Yeah, there he goes. We were really all about using the L3 R3 back then.
Did the think about the PlayStation 2 controller. Just wondering if that both triggers.
Yeah.
Line it up.
What does Nina do at Insomniac? She just left us. She was QA. She's moving.
There's the auger. Go and aug him.
Sneaky.
I think when you aim, you can see through walls. No, that's in later games. Maybe.
Actually,
James' mama says, "Happy birthday, James."
thanks.
It's your birthday?
Oh,
Happy birthday, James.
what's that?
Hey, oh, good
Thank
job.
you.
Happy birthday, James.
All right.
I've got streamers.
Where'd this thing go? Oh my god.
Yeah. Streamed.
Yeah, aug him, aug him, aug him, aug him.
It's James' birthday, everybody.
Oh,
He's gotta be dead. Nope.
watch out, he's
Oh
gonna
my God.
shoot a rocket at you.
Okay, he's not dead.
I'm gonna go and pass out after I glow shop.
I don't,
Okay.
I didn't remember how cheap that attack is. That's pretty brutal.
Yep, I had no idea that was coming.
That is pretty brutal.
So he comes in over there. Ooh, see if I can.
Gonna buy an Insomniac Games t-shirt for sure. That's awesome. Spyroa.
Thanks, everybody.
No, this is real James Burns. Alright, I'm gonna get up on this. Can't do it.
Ah,
We've
No,
really
I
gotten a
didn't
lot
want to
better
do
at
that.
creating sandbags over the years.
I just got crushed. I
'cause
think
of
it
you.
got locked into
Yeah.
the aim and gun sights.
But a stream in the traffic circle.
Okay. So
How's it going, Split Ghost
if
asks?
it shoots
Well,
through walls,
I think
does
grenades were working for you.
That, yes. Does it hit the weak spot
that's a good
through
question.
the enemy?
It's too hard to see it. And somebody reminded on the stream that see-through walls is introduced in Resistance 2. So it shoots through walls. I think you have the right idea, is just to wait until you can see the weak. Run around, wait until you see the weak spot.
Getting beat at his own game on his birthday.
Oh, well, there goes all the. Oh,
Look out!
Oh. There. Where did it come from?
They go up and then they go out.
I ran out of ammo on that auger, I think.
Lauren says to get good, James.
Okay,
And also the boys are
Thanks.
back in town.
they are.
The boys are back in town.
You purchased all three of what? 3 Resistance games?
Okay. Nope. Look, somebody else.
Get out of there.
No, don't aim down sights. What are you doing?
There also is a way to run, I just don't remember.
Is there?
Maybe that was in Resistance 2.
What was the big?
They're kind of always running.
Yeah.
What was the big like progression of development throughout the series, like between Resistance 1 and Resistance 2?
Well, there was, I think Resistance 2 adopted a lot of more modern shooter conventions. So there was iron sights, careful aim, 2 weapons.
Generating health, right?
Regenerating health, exactly. Resistance 3 returned to a lot of the stuff that worked for us in here. I think ultimately we looked at what we'd done in Resistance 2, and while it's a great shooter, it didn't capture that sort of special thing that we had here, so we decided to go back
Got
to
it.
There it is. Good job.
Thank you.
Resistance 2 featured a lot of... Well, Resistance 2 was set in America. Resistances 2 and 3. Resistance 2 is a little bit more... had slightly more diverse environments. Like, what we were going for in this is something that did feel really realistic. Like, the War of Wood in England. In Resistance 2, you see the different settings pushed a little bit more. Scotia looks very different. Twin Falls is very, very distinctive when you get into the downtown area. The same thing is true of all the locations there. Cockadry.
Even the color palette brightens up a little bit.
Yeah, it does. And I mean, those are just deliberate decisions. I think that we've found a really nice resting point in Resistance 3, where we were pushing some things, but we still kind of captured this bleak look to it. Because that's kind of what Resistance is about. I mean, you're not exactly doing well in this alien invasion.
Right.
And so that's really what we wanted to get at and convey. Manchester.
Bye, Anastasia. It's good to see you.
The exchange with the Americans would have to wait. We were about to execute a very
Catch up on chat. I'm a little bit behind.
That was level 42, so this is level 50.
Underground
Okay.
tunnels to attack undetected. The tunnels formed a nexus in Nottingham, and if we see
Saying keeping your distance is the way to go for the stalker.
That makes sense.
So who do we have? Oh, that spinner. Oh, I did that stupid hard drive access icon too. Grant Hollis created that in about 7 minutes.
The spinner looks fine.
I think I IM'd him and I said, hey, can I get an icon of that we can use for a saving hard drive? And he sent me a folder link about 7 minutes later. It looks like he put 15 into it. He's very good. Yes, this level. Is this the gun embankments? It is. Placements. There's going to be some machine guns here.
I'm guessing not pointed at, or they're pointed at me.
They are pointed at you.
Yep.
I was really surprised when I first saw the machine guns in this that they actually, you could see the bullets flying by you.
Can you?
Yeah, I love that. Like, you see the VFX trail, but if you got like super close to the shots, you would actually see the literal bullets too.
It's the cell processor for you. I like this setting. This is another one where it has where it effectively like moves you through space along a path without it making it seem like a path. It seems like this big wide open thing in a certain way that you have to approach. Which I think is sort of a hallmark of this series. A lot of like huge. We want people to feel like they're in the middle of a massive battle.
Yeah.
You know, like D-Day invasion kind of thing. But we also don't want people to. We want people to understand where to go next.
Right.
You know, we want people to feel like the star, and so you need to leave things feeling very open while trying to direct the player. And so the guns kind of do that here. But then you can use them.
Throwing grenades at myself. Oh, what's up?
Yeah, chat's saying this is Saving Private Ryan.
Yes.
Saving Private Ryan.
Nope.
I don't think you can kill anybody from here.
Nope.
The Ross shotgun's awesome.
Don't let chat lie to you in Remaster Resistance. I used to shoot the pipes on the Chimera's back to make sure they stayed down. Yeah, I was doing that the other day when I was playing as well. Because they keep getting up. You think they're down, but they get back up.
Do it.
What's it do?
Nothing. It's just fun to shoot. We did a nice job with little physics pieces in this game. The ragdolls are awesome. Oh gosh, this is a great weapon.
Yeah, the grenade's awesome.
I love that.
Do you have a favorite level in this?
In this game, I think you probably just play. I think it's Manchester. You know, from the opening assault on the hill to the cathedral segment, controversial cathedral segment, and then that culminating in the traffic circle. I think it's probably our best work in this game. Very
Wrong
very
button.
well done.
Great grenade. Very effective.
I think that was the wrong move.
It was. Maybe not the best call there.
That's a yikes.
That's a yikes?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Whoa, you have to start all the way back here. It's brutal.
Yeah.
Hello, Ratchet and Clank. How are you? Thought I wasn't going to watch the stream, but you made it home in time. Awesome. Glad you're here. North Star Dragon says, I've gotten all 4 limited 15th anniversary prints. But what you've gotten is so awesome. I'm not sure I follow that. I think I'm missing context there.
What's the score? Cyberpunk Jesus. It's a joke.
Yeah.
I think it just started as probably 0-0.
What are we talking about?
France is really good.
We're talking about football,
So,
soccer.
Yeah, if you insist. Does that make your skin crawl?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I did it.
I just want to point out that this is yet again an American saving this game that we're playing right now. How do we know Hale's American? Because he talks like this.
Ah, you see?
He's like super.
That makes sense.
Oh, there you got it. There you got the shots. That is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really
Yeah,
impressed by
Ogum.
that. The knockback when
This
he
is this is the one that goes through walls.
No.
the knockback when he
You're
did
right.
Chimera isn't satisfying in this game. It would be awesome to see them move a little more. I wonder if that gets improved in the other games.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I think.
There's a lot of firsts.
I think this is really early, just in terms of modern shooters. I can't remember what else would have been doing that then. Like this is before Gears. This is before a lot of the shooters started introducing enemies that are just really fun to shoot, and then kind of like amp that up over time to where we are today. I think that we did some nice stuff with them, but it evolved. It evolved and it grew.
Is this before the first Fear? I think it is.
When was the first Fear? I mean, this was released in 06, and we started developing it, a few years before then. So, the one thing that was challenging too is we had a pretty rich history in making things fun to shoot from Ratchet. Really, really, really good at it. However, a lot of the techniques that we used relied on squash and stretch animation. These really like broad form changes to make it. I mean, that's what makes it so satisfying.
Right.
Again, trying to get it in a realistic context took some.
He's right there.
Took some doing. He was totally not just standing there.
It looked like he was trying to duck your shotgun.
I don't know how I survived that.
The best. There's
That would have
health.
made me so happy if you got killed.
Those yellow things on the ground, that's health.
Okay.
Straight over there.
There's one up there too.
Have that.
This is such an interesting environment too because there's no ceiling, but it feels like tunnels. You really don't know what's around the corner, which James keeps running into, where he's like, oh, "Okay, I'm
Yep.
done," and then he turns around. And
Turn my
There's
back
another
to
one.
get past these guys, and
there's another one of the Chimera. There was one guy in the audio team that always referred to him as Chimera,
Chimera.
and we never corrected him ever. We would just try to like hold in our laughter. That's you, Mark Malland.
Was their Chimera their name pretty early in development?
I think so. Gosh, that's a good one. I think as long as we had this design, when we moved to a story that was about what's effectively an alien virus. That's what the Chimera are all about, are launching these asteroids into space that have an alien virus on them. And I think we just picked the name Chimera, which I think is a form of like engineered virus or something like that. It sounds cool.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And it doesn't sound like it spells, and people will say Chimera or Chimera. Wasn't there a football player, Mark Chimera? Hockey?
No idea. Do not know.
Okay. Wrong crowd. Not with James. Oh, it's not Chiefs.
not.
Have you heard of any football player that's not on the Chiefs?
No, who's Brady? I've heard of him.
You've heard? Have you heard of like Joe Montana?
but- No.
Russell Wilson?
Actually, Montana played for the Chiefs. I have heard of
that
him.
is a good point. Oh yeah.
This
And he
environment-
sucked.
Yeah.
That's what you remember from him.
Yeah.
Is that he was terrible.
Yeah.
This environment reminds me of World War II type stuff.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
With the trenches and stuff.
Yeah.
I need all my buddies to take this guy's attention for a second.
I just finished the game yesterday and purchased all the Resistance games, and I'm really impressed with how well made and exciting it is. That's awesome for you.
Thank you.
There. Okay.
Clearly can't go over that, James.
Apparently not.
What was the inspiration for the way the Chimera look?
Man, I wish Chad or Dave would come over and answer that. I don't know.
See all fire on this one?
I think one thing that I remember is we wanted them to feel like they were humanoid but not fully formed, almost like, I mean, almost like they were supposed to have become humans at some point, but at some point it just sort of stopped right there.
Like a clone gone wrong.
Correct, exactly. I think the eyes were specifically chosen just to give them an iconic look, you know, like the multiple eyes on the head. Then you need scary teeth.
Oops.
I think we're gonna meet Captain, what's his name? Captain Ginger. Captain Ginger's up here. I think we're about to meet him.
Is the Resistance Stalker tank very similar to the Deadlock Land Stalker?
Definitely. We had four-legged robots on the brain at that time, so I think that, believe it or not, the Resistance, the concept in Resistance influenced Deadlock, even though Deadlock came before. I think that people had come up with some really cool designs for these quadrupedal tanks, and people were like, "Hey, you know what? That would be really cool and ratchet." They were. That happens sometimes. I mean, people are kind of thinking the same things.
Yeah.
Trading ideas. James.
I keep pressing B to do other things.
No!
Oh, that's not.
You were just about to meet Captain Ginger, too.
That's not the
He might
right
be a
button.
He might be a commander.
That's the wrong button. Oh my God, no!
Isn't a Chimera a mythical creature? Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
well,
right.
it's the
I
thing
forgot
with
about
the I don't know. I feel like
think it's a
if I answer this correctly, I don't want to answer this correctly, so I'm gonna say I think it's a lion, a goat, and a snake.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it's
think
something weird like
maybe
that.
not a goat.
See, I'm glad I didn't get it right.
Actually, no.
when?
Goat sounds right.
No, I thought it was like a. Is it goat?
Oh no.
You got it right.
I thought
darn
it
it.
had wings. Does it not have wings? I don't know.
Well, I think in, I don't know if it's virology or genetics, something chimeran is like splicing different viral elements together to create a super virus.
I think it is a goat. Yep, chat is agreeing. It is a goat. I'm wrong.
We just gotta be more aggressive so I can do this second.
I also think that stem cells are technically chimeran because they can change. They can change form. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
I wonder if that's actually what that means.
There's also the griffin. Yeah, I'm aware of the griffin. I just thought a chimera also had wings. Because I played Dragon's Dogma, and I fought a chimera, and I thought it flew.
I think
Maybe I'm wrong.
I think there was a pretty sweet chimera in the old coin-op game Rastan, where you played as this Conan-y kind of guy, and you fought chimera and orcs and.
It's like a beat 'em up.
wizards.
Like
If by beat 'em up you mean like killing fools with a sword, then yeah. I don't think anybody comes out of that saying, "Oh yeah, I just took a beating from that barbarian." I think that they're like, "You just cut my head off,
I
bro."
just died.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
yeah. I think of a beat 'em up like Final Fight. It involves the fists. Like if you
Right.
went to beat up the chimera and they were kind of like lying down and just draped there, just groggy though, they're not dead. That's a beat 'em up.
Was it the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yes.
So they beating people up?
Yeah.
Slice.
Hell yeah, they are. I just played that. That game is such
Which one?
a
Turtles in
quarter
Time?
suck. It was quarter. Yeah, it's Turtles in Time. They have it at a brewery here in town. And I will take my kids there. I go and play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I would argue that was like arguably the best beat 'em up ever made.
It's pretty awesome.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I may have to. I'm. Here's the thing: is that James is really good at shooters, which I know from playing PUBG.
I'm
with
doing
you.
fine until I throw a grenade in my face, and then it all goes downhill, really fast.
Does this even show up? No, it's all green. It doesn't show up.
For Master Resistance, I totally agree. There's a lot of great design pieces in this game. A lot of talented designers working on this. The level design's terrific. I think the weapon design's really interesting.
I like this level a lot. I don't mind playing it multiple times. I'd just rather I wasn't so bad that I had to.
You're doing no worse than I was.
There's kind of a crazy amount of variety in this game too. There's vehicles, a bunch of different vehicles mixed in. There's multiplayer, which I still like love. That guy got right back up.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll do that. The striped shirt looks very shiny on screen.
I do. You know what? It might seem like I wear this shirt every day or even every Tuesday. I don't. It just happens to be like every stream that I'm on.
Yeah, I wore this on the last stream that I was on too. When I was putting it on this morning, I was like, I wore it on the last stream. Should I wear it? Whatever.
Do people really think that though? Have you ever in your life like seen someone and thought like, you know what? I think that they wear that. That person.
Right.
Hey, that person I've seen for the third time. They clearly
Right.
only wear that outfit all the time and probably don't clean it.
It's one of those things that nobody really cares.
Or shower
but
or
yourself.
bathe and they sleep in it. Right. But we do. I mean,
Right.
I'm glad to meet somebody else that cares about that. Do you care about that, James?
No, I wear like the same 7 shirts every week, and then I'll occasionally change it up and
Wear a tank
move
top.
a different 7 shirts to the front of the. Oh my god. To
You
the
ever
front
seen-
of the,
What about your Sunday tank top?
I don't own a tank top. I don't even own one. I would never wear a tank top. I don't know why. I just feel weird in it. I need sleeves.
You ever seen The Fly? Jeff Goldblum?
Yes.
That's how I imagine it is. You just open your closet and it's the same suit.
Yeah.
Just pull it out.
That's a,
I think Steve Jobs was like that.
Boy.
Steve Jobs had an outfit designed by that outfit, and he went to Issei Miyake, who's a designer, to design him like a uniform. And what he delivered was that turtleneck and the dad jeans.
No belt.
No belt, right? Possibly tucked in.
Tucked in, yeah. No belt.
The dad jeans. I just want to point out the stonewashed dad jeans, the turtleneck, which he's famous for. So he basically went to a world famous designer and said, "Can you make me a uniform?" And Issei Miyake is like, "I'm gonna make you look like an asshole, and you'll be famous for it." Am I allowed to say that on the stream?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I meant that in
Today
a
you are,
medical.
I
I meant that in.
a medical way. I don't think that's better. I don't think that's better.
What if your doctor said that to you? I might be finding a new doctor.
If I had it, you've never had. I've had my doctor drop a couple f-bombs with me.
Really? I've never
Yeah.
had that.
You know what? I think it's an age thing. I think I hit.
Yeah.
Are you? You're not 35, are you?
No.
Are you 25?
Yeah, I'm 31 or 2. I can't remember. 31, I think.
I feel like when I hit like 30, 35, my doctor, the age gap between you and your doctor reduces, and suddenly you're not like there with your dad. You're there with your
Right.
cool uncle. And my doctor's probably 5 years older than me, and he just feels comfortable dropping f-bombs. Like he said, he dropped an f-bomb when I broke my foot. I broke my foot, and I was in a cast, and I went to the doctor for something else. He came in, he's like, "F, dude, what happened to you?" And I'm like, "You're a doctor. you're a doctor of cursing."
You said a bad word. Tim won't be happy when he gets back.
No.
Tim will be thrilled.
Tim won't now. I sincerely apologize to our audience. I was really, really good when we were doing raising money for St. Jude's. This is also a mature game, by the way, which means I can use adult language.
Yep.
Because Hale does in this game. You know what he says?
What does he say?
I think he says the S word. I'm not going to say it, though. I don't want to make Tim mad. No, unlike my doctor, though, he did not drop any F-bombs.
I haven't seen enough doctors to know if they swear, but I did go to the dentist today. Teeth are important.
Doctors swear, teachers swear. They do. My wife's a teacher. She curses constantly, hopefully not with her elementary school kids. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Constantly, though.
Turns out people are humans.
It's a defining characteristic, I think, of my wife is her cursing. James, do not throw any grenades.
What made you guys choose
trying.
to make the glass breaking so complex compared to games at the time?
That is an amazing question,
That is a good
because we had a programmer on the team who had a PhD from Stanford and was absolutely brilliant at all things computational mathematics. And we thought to ourselves, what is something that we could do in this game that is enabled by having this sort of specialized skill in here? And one of the pitches that one of the designers had was breaking glass, and so this dude went at it, and he created, I think, still some of the most amazing breaking glass ever. It was way ahead of its time, and really, I don't know, really amazing work. There's one later level in here. I think it's a bus depot or a train depot, where the entire ceiling is glass, and it's
that's
you can
cool.
shoot the entire thing out. It's awesome.
We should check that out if we get to a glass panel or something.
The tunnel was mostly blocked by a Chimera
A window.
conduit.
How did I break my foot, Robbie Rowe? I was playing soccer.
Way through. It would
I was
turn
playing
the tide of
soccer.
battle.
I was playing soccer, and I was running, and just something happened, and my foot cracked.
Ah,
I know, it's horrible. That spinner is centered. That spinner.
well, if you
is
guys can
centered.
use Bad Language Week, you should be able to. Thomas, kindly remove the chat filter. Nice try, remaster. Nice try.
It's true, remaster. I was playing football. I love this level. I love the design of this level. Not so much this part.
Okay, there we go.
Spyro is saying the glass took 8 months to make. The glass shattering, I guess. They used to talk about it in the Full Moon show.
The glass took a really long time to get right. That's definitely true. It did, and it was real complicated. But the results are cool. I mean, just oh, look at him.
They got.
Save him. Oh, you could have saved him.
Oh well.
Really?
I thought so.
Maybe.
That is the Enter the Titan.
Mm-hmm.
Have some good all the
That gun almost looks too small for him.
You really can't run in this game? 'Cause
Nope. I mean, I've pressed many buttons, but that hasn't happened. I don't think you can.
You tried L3, right?
Yep.
Left stick.
That doesn't do anything.
What are the best glass effects in today's games?
I don't know.
I can't even think of a game.
I don't know
that
of a game that does it quite as well as Resistance does. I'm sure there is one, but it really was ahead of its time.
The Division did it pretty well. That's the last game I remember playing where I noticed the glass effects. And it's like you can, shoot in a circle on glass.
Careful, careful.
Wow.
Those chunks were pretty
Poor
weak.
guy. Yeah, there's not many chunks either.
No, there
like
weren't
he
a lot
just
of
kind
chunks.
of.
We got better at chunks. Those are called gravy chunks. Not meat chunks.
Still don't have any ammo for that.
What year is it set in?
Resistance?
I think so. I think that's what they're asking.
I thought it was the early 40s, late 30s, maybe.
Oh, I
I
thought.
feel like that's a trap question, and if I answer it,
I feel like it is too.
James Stevenson's gonna call me and go like, "Dude, what the hell are you doing? What the hell's wrong with you?" Yeah, Red Faction did have cool glass physics. It did.
Red Faction. Yeah.
Interestingly enough, the
For sure.
gameplay director on this game was previously, I think, worked on Red Faction. No.
That was awesome.
The ragdolls in this game are fantastic. This was all a custom physics system that we developed. And man, is it satisfying to ragdoll enemies in this game. Who are the Chimerans shooting at? Oh, that guy is so dead.
Why did he run in there?
How did he get to be that guy? Hey Bob, can you go and run and see what those guys
I got
are doing?
you covered.
Yeah, I got you covered, bro. No.
Died. Oh, horrible time. And I'm out of ammo.
Best James. The only James Stevenson impression I can do is James joining a conference call, which sounds like this. This is James. That's all I'll do. And it's not even really does it sound like James. It's just a certain way that James sounds when he's joining a conference call.
Oh, okay.
20v20 snipers only.
Yes. Amen. I love it.
You can do custom matches like that?
Is this based on real locations in Nottingham? I'm guessing.
It's too shortcut.
There's no such thing.
Red Faction had amazing digging into big
It did.
holes.
Yeah.
Rockets, yeah.
Yeah. Good memory. Game was cool.
I remember being super duper hyped for the first Red Faction when it came out. It was awesome.
Ah!
It like sort of hung its hat on destructible environments and stuff.
For sure. For sure.
Those kinds of games are so hard to make. There you go.
I moved too much.
It's pronounced Nottingham.
The alt fire. Remember, it goes in slow motion.
Oh,
Use it.
I got one shot left.
I think it's R2. There you go. I gotta say, this game really holds up.
Yeah, it's pretty well.
It still looks
As long as I don't.
pretty awesome.
I just realized what
Especially-
the all fire for this one does.
Gun models? I think those in particular.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good design in here. Interestingly enough, a lot of these models were designed by the same person as designing weapons from. Same fellow.
Nice plug. Did you ever consider adding giant enemy crabs?
Yes. Yes, we did.
When do we not consider it?
Massive damage. I love that happened. I love that was a thing. And anytime somebody brings it up, it makes me really happy.
Oh, destructing. That's not the word I meant, but it worked.
There's some health behind it, I think. You know the thing about giant enemy crab is, every time, and I haven't done like a lot of press conferences and stuff, but every time I do, that's what I think of. What am I about to say that's going to become
Oh no,
a
you
meme
walked.
and make me into an idiot?
I feel like
and
I
it's
missed.
terrifying.
I'm missing some history here. What's this one?
It was a present. I think it was. It wasn't Dynasty Warriors. It was a game that is introduced as being based on like true Chinese history. And then at some point in the battle, a giant enemy crab comes in, which is, and the guy. I mean, the guy is, I think, English was his second language, and he says giant enemy crab, which is funny. And then later, he does a special move, and he just says like hit for massive damage, and it's.
I vaguely remember this now.
I think
about
it really became a meme because it was in the context possibly of a PlayStation like 3 way overhyped press conference, and it didn't live up to it. So people would come back to him and say, "That's what we get for the cell processor is a giant enemy crab."
Gotcha.
Sony 2006, that's right. Were the graphics of the game seen as good back in the day? I think so. I think the thing that we got a lot of attention for more than just fidelity was density. Like the number of characters on screen. Like what you're seeing right there.
Ton of-
And like you can throw grenades into it. Just a lot of dynamic motion, and also in this game, the draw distance is really long. Like a lot of this kind of shooter back then was fairly enclosed, but we opened things up a lot. Optimized for and built for a long draw.
It was the same press conference as the Ridge Racer.
It was Ridge Racer, you mean? Yes.
Oh.
Are we all working on Spider-Man? Not right now. I think we're playing Resistance Fall of Man.
That's correct.
That is a good question, Lucy Fro. I think, well, for one, I have no way of watching that game. I would have to go to the bar across the street to watch it, which would, I don't know, not the best.
It's not
Not the best career move one can
Yeah.
make.
That's
Yeah, I mean, Spyro, that is a good point. I mean, there's a couple things with it. Ratchet always shows really well because we can push things in ways that makes the tech more prominent. We can make things a little bit shinier. We can make things a little bit bloomier. There's some more to work with Ratchet. I think that's always true. But also, I mean, a year is a long time. So the tech evolved. We figured out how to light better. We figured out how to create characters better. So I think that that's why Tools of Destruction. And thank you for the compliment because I agree. It did look spectacular when we showed it. See, that's another thing there. Like, there's the number of like the what the heck were those guys called? Formers? Can't remember what they're called. The number of those that came out, and especially like in Manchester, I think there's 50 or 70 on screen at once.
Wow.
It wasn't something that other games could do at the time.
My favorite Insomniac game says Uncharted Phantom. It's awesome.
Thank you.
So shooting them in the back, that makes them explode?
Possibly, I don't remember.
We were trying to figure that out last stream.
I don't remember. I know that they have those heat sinks to release heat. So you have a lot of internal heat. They're like James Brown. Why didn't James Brown have giant heat sinks installed into his back?
That's what he had the cape for.
I don't think it did. I don't think it had the same effect. I think we really need. I think James Brown needed that, and we might have not lost him so soon. Although he was like 113 years old, I think, when he died. He kind of looked like the Crypt Keeper.
Oh, I'm not going this way.
James Brown is a treasure.
I didn't say it wasn't a treasure. I said that the dude lived hard, died hard.
Fair enough.
Maybe he needed heat sinks. Look, there's Captain Ginger. There he is.
So when can Paul come back? Paul who? Which Paul? There's a couple Pauls that have been on the stream. But everybody's welcome back. Just
That
timing,
guy looks a
the
lot
timing
like
has to work out.
it's the actor that looks like that guy.
Jason Statham, kind of.
That's it. Look at that. Look at that Hale stare.
He does
I
kind of
don't
look like
think so.
Jason Statham.
He does.
Yeah. Looks like someone just offered him an egg salad sandwich. It's my reaction to it. I'm just like, Cartwright. That's what his name was, Cartwright. And he looks like, I can't remember the guy's name. He played the bad guy in Mission Impossible 2.
You're saying Hale looks like Tim.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's not
bit.
not true. Perhaps a young Tim.
Well, I don't know his surname, but he looked chill.
Northern Star Dragon, we're never going to answer that question. We won't take your bait. I love this level.
That looks cool.
I think Resistance
Oh,
is
boy.
Resistance is the most effective when you see the juxtaposition of like recognizable terrestrial styles with clearly alien architecture, and this does a really nice job of it. You can see like the, like at least what we, meaning people like me that have never been to the English countryside, like imagine for small, two-story brownstone kind of buildings, and then in the middle of it this huge alien derrick.
Yeah, I love the way this level looks. Man, this game is so good, says the Sky Breaks. That's awesome.
I thought we had a chat filter on. Wow, dude.
We do, but we've been tweaking it. Resistance movie fantasy casting. Hale Statham as Hale is free.
Why not Bronson? What is his name? Bronson Pinchot.
Who's that?
He's the guy that played Balky on Perfect Strangers. What is it? Yeah, Bronson Pinchot.
I know.
Would be perfect.
I feel like William Dafoe should play every alien in every movie.
What if you took William Dafoe performances and replaced them with Bronson Pinchot? What if?
The ultimate question.
What
Oh,
if?
okay.
I don't know that if that's an alternate universe I want to live in. Not sure.
What if Platoon? would that change the way you felt about? Was Willem Dafoe in Platoon?
Yes, he was in one of them. I think it was Platoon. He was in Platoon. Yeah. Am I pronouncing his name wrong? Is it not Dafoe?
Yeah, I think it's Dafoe. Yeah.
It's Defoe.
Gosh, if it wasn't, then I don't even know what to say. I thought Chimera was hard.
Oh, it's William.
It's Willem.
Willem.
Yeah.
Willem, that's it. That's what I'm pronouncing wrong.
There's a pretty cool melee attack too.
Ethan 6244, thanks for the follow.
Can't remember what the button is.
Might be done using the by shaking the 6-axis.
Oh, there we go. It's Y.
That's how you get people off of you. They
If
like
we
grab
had
you.
to.
I kind of like it. Shaking the 6-axis to get people
Did
off.
I say that out loud?
Yes, you did. It just took me a second to figure it out.
There's a switch somewhere.
Okay.
Do you think that means that you can't call like Willem Dafoe Bill or?
Yeah, I think that's what that means.
I mean, you know the way like
What is-
you'll meet somebody and they're like, yeah, I was having dinner with Bobby De Niro.
Right.
Because he goes by Bobby.
Right, Bob.
Whatever, Mr. Fucking.
I think it's fine.
Mr.
Yeah.
Watch a Burbank stream, and I think it's fine.
Mr. De Niro. Well, I'm just saying, like with Willem Dafoe, like you can't really just assume. I don't know if Willem shortens to Bill.
Right,
William
Probably
does,
not.
for sure.
and so you could say I was hanging out with.
I think Willem is its own own thing.
Like Bill Shatner. Like George Takei will say Bill Shatner.
Right.
Bill. But you can't do that with Willem Dafoe. It's just always Willem.
I have a hard time saying Willem. My tongue just wants to go William.
I would go.
It feels like a troll.
No. He got up and shoved me in the corner.
Oh no, did somebody hear me swear?
They did. They're calling you out.
Oh, you can see the like the courthouse? Cool.
Those flying jellyfish chimeras are creepy. I like the look of them.
I think any of the levels we wanted to have some kind of recognizable landmark that drew from reality.
Is that the only level that they're in? Those.
No, I think they're in the 30s in the cannery, wherever that was. They were probably real hard to make and real expensive to make, and they were only in a couple places. Why do you feel worse for Corey Balrog? Because his name's impossible to say?
Corey Balrog seems pretty manageable to me.
Nope.
Not if you want to say Barlog or Balrog all the time.
Is it not Balrog?
It is, but I think it's a conscious thing. I think I always want to say, no, it's Barlog.
Barlog.
No, of course you want to say Balrog.
Yeah, that does sound.
You knew what a chimera was. Of course.
Exactly.
Of course you're going
Lord
to
of
be
the
familiar.
Rings.
Yeah. Right.
I got Chimera wrong. I'm not. My nerd cred is going down.
I think it's because I don't know. I think I had a monster manual when I was a kid. Those monster manuals seems like they crowdsource the art to a middle school. Have you ever looked at those old monster manuals? I mean, those artists were really phoning it in.
I have not.
They were really phoning it in.
I love,
Look at the old owlbear picture.
I love looking at. I know there's a name up for the.
Like, guys, we need another enemy here. What could it possibly be? Well, it'd be kind of cool to crossbreed an owl and a bear. Okay, can you go draw something? Thanks, Willem. Thanks, Bill. Sorry, sir, I'm not technically allowed to be called that. How much do you have to pay TVR? What does that mean?
I'm not sure.
What is TVR? Was Ratchet and Clank the last one? The last what? The last PlayStation 4 game that we have released? Yes, that is correct. Until September 7th, when Spider-Man comes out. Oh, the TVR Chimera? I don't think that we needed to license that.
How many got the Journey trophies in The Last of Us? Pretty grindy trophies get. I don't really trophy hunt, so.
The Journey trophy. I was just thinking about Journey trophies, like, don't stop believing it all. Dude, you guys did not admit. I just saw Journey on there. I was like, all right, we can talk Journey if you want.
I thought of the game.
Oh,
I try not to talk about Journey as much as possible.
Journey's great. Peter Cetera. Is that Peter Cetera? Or is that Chicago? You seem like you would know. You're always listening to.
I have no idea.
I should know.
You're like listening to the kind of music that the coach didn't want him to listen to on Days of Confused. Except that was 40 years ago. Like, I'll go over there and you're listening to like Ted Nugent or Deep Purple or something.
Deep Purple, I've listened.
That's what it was. Deep Purple.
Deep Purple's the way to go, though. That's like one of my
Judas Priest.
favorite bands ever.
Smoke on the water.
Yes.
Fire
in the
Sky. Love that song.
The Nottingham operation's success
I know. I
do.
remember.
for a well-earned rest.
My dream Ratchet game would be 20.
See, Sean Bean. Yeah, I like that.
I radioed Northern Command on our approach.
Journey's like Boston, but not as good. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
As we landed,
I think I prefer Journey to Boston.
sensed the worst.
I would
Honestly.
think
That's
so
interesting.
Too, yeah.
It was deathly silent.
I mean, Boston's got some cool tunes, but they're a little bit prog rockish. I mean, they're not quite as poppy, not as listenable.
Yeah.
Sib Haitian, though, had an amazing afro. The drummer for Journey has the most amazing. Look it up, Sib Haitian. Most amazing afro you've ever seen. It's like the size of a beach ball, big, oversized beach ball. It's
a lot of
huge. It's
hair.
crazy.
He's a huge afro.
Well, see, that's why you like prog rock, huh? You used to have a huge afro, not
Yeah.
like Sib Haitian.
I mean, it wasn't as
His
voluminous.
daughter, I think, is on our show too. Like his daughter was on Smallville or something like that. I can't
Really?
remember. Oh, we got a wrap.
Oh, we do. Thank you for reminding me. Did we just?
I just finished the level, so.
Yeah.
All right. We'll come back to the couch.
Well done, James.
Thank you.
Very nicely done.
I didn't do too bad.
You did pretty good. How many levels did we clear? 3? Something
Yeah.
like that?
3 or 4.
We did.
Yep.
I think that went pretty well.
I think so too.
Nice.
This is a great stroll down memory lane. I mean, this reminds me of like what a cool, unique game this is, and brings back a lot of good memories. So thank you for having me. Thank you for
being
playing. Thank you for being consistently an awesome gamer, and not
Thanks.
letting us down, except for the grenade thing, but it's okay.
And the grenade thing that cost like 20 minutes on one level. I had to keep redoing.
Yeah.
I figured it out. Mostly.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, thanks everybody.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you give a good hail face to close out?
Oh, good hail face. Is this a hail face?
I don't know.
I think I just
but
gotta
I like
squint.
it's a good face.
Gotta show some teeth. There we go. Okay.
There
All
you
right.
go. That's it.
Thanks, y'all. Have a good one. See you later.
See ya.
Bye.